Now, for your listening pleasure, Reaching for the Bars.
Huzzah! Huzzah! All right, everybody. Welcome back to Reaching for the Bars. Today, I have Mr. Dustin LaBar with me.
Hello, everybody.
And Mr. Andrew Weiss on the keyboards over there.
Yep, it's a keyboard.
It's a keyboard.
Heck yeah. Hello.
Unfortunately, we do not have the main man, Caleb Whitney, with us today.
He's at the border of Texas,
That's right.
protecting us.
He will not let them cut that razor wire out.
Not on Caleb's watch, I'll tell you that right now.
The
Dude, if
advantage
anybody was going to do that, Caleb would be like, I'm going.
Caleb's like, you know what? I'm sick of this porous border. I'm heading down there.
I mean, he's the perfect man for the job. He's got an advantage. Everyone else is getting on ladders. He's just up there. He's like, no, no.
He's got a long wingspan. He just goes barbed wire to barbed wire.
Like, dang it. So, but thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about some current events and some things that are going on in the world right now.
Nice.
If you don't know, unfortunately, the Packers lost last weekend. So,
wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me get that.
Hold on, say it again.
The Packers lost last weekend. Perfect.
Thank you. It was almost perfect timing.
So
I don't think it was.
So tomorrow we have the divisional championships going down between
San Francisco 49ers
Yep.
and the Detroit Lions
That's right.
against the Kansas City Chiefs
Yep.
and your future Super Bowl champs,
More than likely
the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, so I think just run through this real quick. Baltimore Ravens are going to win, but I think it should be a good game.
Dude, what if the Lions won it all?
Well, that's what – okay, so let's bounce back over there. I think Lions are going to beat the 49ers.
It's possible.
The Packers did a really good job of running the ball on them.
Yeah, they
and
sure
I mean,
did.
the Lions, that's all they do.
Yeah.
I mean, with the combo of David Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs.
Aaron Jones ran all over them.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
all over them. It was like it wasn't even hard.
Think if we had A.J. Dillon.
Oh, dude.
I mean, that game would have been over.
Think if we had a kicker.
Yeah. You know, I sent y'all that thing, but he missed the most field goals in the NFL.
Yeah. Dude, I was
Man, I was thinking about it. Like, he had missed a lot in previous games where it didn't matter as much. And I was like, this is going to fuck.
well,
It's going to bite
so
us.
Yeah.
I was flipping back. So the UFC fight that I had paid for was on as well.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
was flipping back and forth. And I flipped back to the Packers game. We were up what was the highest we were up? Like 10
we
or
were up by 14.
10 or 14.
10. Oh, yeah, it might have been 14.
And I looked at the score and I was like, we're going to win. like, we're going to win easily.
And
then I flipped back. I watched a couple more fights and I flipped back and I was like, it's getting
close.
closer than I was hoping, but surely.
Yeah.
Surely. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to stop the UFC fight. I need to focus on what the hell is going on right now. We did have a request before we get into it.
Nice.
We should reinstitute the Nate Bargatze rule.
And for you who don't know what the Nate Bargatze
It's been a
rule
while
is,
since
it
we've
has
done
been a
that.
while. Nate Bargatze is a clean comedian, and he is one of the top tier comedians. So if he can keep it clean and be awesome, so can we. So
We can keep it clean.
if
I like
you, yeah, you like that.
like
So
that.
if you cuss,
Let's
you
do a
gotta
penalty today. Everybody has to do a shot of
Tin cup.
Tin Cup.
Ooh, I
Nice.
might pop one off
Maybe it's
the
like,
cup. All right, everybody, brace yourself. Cover your children's ears.
and before we finish, I do want to shout out, because I said I would, the guy that tattooed me.
Yeah, nice.
Evan Q on Instagram. You should check him out. And also,
is it at
Evan
Evan
Q?
Q?
Yeah.
Nice.
And if you are interested in getting a tattoo and you're not sure who to go to, there is an awesome tattoo convention coming into Huntsville in
is.
March or April. I think it's April. And it's a lot of fun, dude. And I was actually, go ahead. Let's finish the football thing. I'll tell you what he said.
No, I think what's going to happen is the Lions' run game is going to be too much for the 49ers. They're going to set the tempo, and the second they crowd the box, they still have the ability to go over the top with the Monterey. So I think it's going to be a shootout, which they both have pretty good defenses.
Yeah.
But I think the offenses are really going to shine there. So if I was a betting man,
Which you are.
I would take the spread on the Lions, and I would take the over on that game. On the other end, I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. But I got a public service announcement. The Ravens are going to win. They're just too good, man. They're too much. The Chiefs are like, ha, we beat the Bills.
We've done it again.
But like the Bills and it's like the way the Ravens are playing football right now.
Chiefs are getting lucky.
Do you think Josh Allen is like, not again? Like every time he's Patrick Mahomes, he's like, I'm going to do it this time. And he's like, no, you're not. You know who hates Patrick Mahomes? Adam.
Yeah.
Adam hates Patrick Mahomes. He's like, he walks around. Like, and
Dude,
he's
his walk is
He's right,
a little
though. He
suspect.
looks
Yeah.
awful.
All right, y'all want to know
I
a
hate the
fun
thing he does
fact?
with his mouth, man.
Fun fact about the Kansas City
What that mouth
Chiefs?
do, baby?
$100,000.
Yeah,
$100,000.
that was a weird
Good
song this
song.
morning. Fun fact: Travis Kelce.
Is dating Taylor Swift?
Dude, that would be awesome. No,
Just found out.
technically, that's not how you pronounce it. It's Kels.
No.
100%.
Travis Kelce.
It's Kels. Jason and Travis Kels. But everyone just calls him Kelsey. Then they had their father on their podcast.
Yeah.
And they're like, Dad, what would you do? Like, what'd you do when people like called you Kelsey versus Kels? And he's like, just do whatever, doesn't matter.
Dude, I feel like
they were like, solid.
his dad, I feel like their dad was like, he's like, listen, kids, you're millionaires, both of you. What do you care?
Yeah.
And they're like, a pretty good point, Dad.
So I think
Kelsey sounds
Jason,
cooler.
I think Jason prefers Kels, but doesn't care if you call him Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
Travis prefers to be Travis Kelsey.
He prefers you to call him not his right name.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a show name now.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it's kind of like in my mind, but if you look at it, I've never even thought about this, but if you look at how it's spelled, I mean, it's spelled like Kels.
Yeah, it
and you're
is.
like, I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, it
But
makes sense.
people call it Kelsey, and in my opinion, it'd be like, my name is Mabry, but if you called me Mabry,
Yeah.
technically, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, I mean,
like-
you're wrong. I mean,
But,
you're wrong.
I mean, that's not how, but you could look at my name and be like, oh, I can see how you could get to Mabry,
Yeah.
but you just pronouncing the A differently. And so I was like, I guess, but
I feel like I definitely heard his name first before I read it. So but I wonder if I read it first, if I had.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
You probably would say Kels if you read it first.
I think so,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think you probably would. Because of English.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
language.
And how
Yeah.
awesome is Jason Kels?
It doesn't feel right.
He said he preferred it. I'm not giving the man.
Dude, when he was-
he's a fellow podcaster
What if
now.
he
He's
said
not a
he's a-
football player.
Dude, when he was drunk at that game,
That's what I was gonna say.
dude,
his wife is the coolest.
She's
Because she was
awesome.
like, "Don't do it," and he did it. And she's like, God, I love
Did you
him.
see he has a documentary about them on HBO or
I
something?
did not know that.
It might be on Netflix, but whatever. But he is like the coolest guy.
Abby, you should give
Because-
him a shout out
Funniest
for
thing
me. First of all, the thing I love about Jason Kels more than anything is he is a great father.
Yeah.
Appears to be. Obviously we don't know what's behind, but he takes time to bring his kids to practice.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like one of my favorite people.
If you watch the documentary, he's like what you want him to be, like what you think an offensive lineman would be. He's about to go to a ceremony or something, and he's like, "Babe, where's my Super Bowl ring?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know. I think it was in the trophy case." He's like, "It's not up here. Can't find it." And he's searching his house for this $500,000 ring. He's like, "Golly, where did I put that thing? God, dog, can't find it." And his wife is like super relaxed.
Yes.
Like think of Patrick Mahomes' wife. Boom, opposite. Could you imagine like Jason Kels going to a family function where there's or like a team thing with Travis Kelce's there, and then Patrick Mahomes is there, and Patrick Mahomes is there with his wife, and then also Taylor Swift is there, and he's just like, "My God, I hate my life," because
what's
Patrick Mahomes' wife is unbearable.
No, I mean, she's the worst.
His
There's no doubt
brother,
about it.
his brother, and her, unbearable
yeah.
people.
I mean,
I don't know much about her. What's wrong with her, Brittany?
Dude, she's
she's just too much.
she's like, I mean, she's the worst.
Have you seen their house? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes. Of course, it's ridiculous.
Are those babies
It's
too
ridiculous.
white?
I mean, dude, not to get on that.
Oh,
but
look
I mean,
at that. He's like, ah.
Dude, I'm with Adam. He looks like an idiot.
Yeah, I love when people do the reels of him and
Well, he sounds like he's Kermit the Frog. Hey, guys, we're going to get out here
I used
and
to-
we're going to win a Super Bowl whether they let us or not.
all right, Kermit.
I used
Is
to
that
like
pretty good? Yeah.
I used to like him, but
Well, first of all, let's all he's a great quarterback.
He's a good
off
quarterback.
Off the field, I could
well,
care.
I
less
used to
for
like
him.
him as a quarterback, and like just because I thought he was fun the way he played.
Yeah.
But when there was that call in that one game where they lost,
Yeah.
and he was like legitimately crying about it. He's like, "How do you make that call?" It was like, "Well, it's a penalty."
Because it's my job.
He's like, "Well, you know that most everybody lets it go." Well, he was, from my understanding of football, which is obviously not as advanced as yours. Wide receivers walk up to the line,
I mean,
walk up to the line. They look at the ref. The ref says you're
Yeah,
good
that's right.
or go back,
Yeah.
and then they set up from there.
Yep.
This guy walked up to the line. He was offsides. I mean, it's pretty
Is
easy.
it this one?
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
Which one?
It's
Bubble
it's
Oh,
one of those
yeah.
things where, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me that he would get that upset. You can get upset, but don't be mad at the ref for doing his job.
He's
Dude, if he doesn't do that, then Like then he didn't do his job.
He's competitive. I understand. Like I hate losing too.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
as soon as you start blaming it on like the automatic answer is why don't you just score more points and not have to worry about it?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
it's crazy to get that upset about something you didn't even do. Like
Your guy lined up off sides. It's not a
And
big
then
like
you
it
get
is
mad,
what it
you're
is.
just like,
It's like getting mad at a judge at a CrossFit
Yeah.
event and being like, "How could you no rep me?" It's
Well,
like
I've
because,
done
because the rep was a no rep. I mean, it's a
But it's me.
clear.
I'm the guy.
That's kind of what it seemed like. He was like asking for special,
He was basically like, "We're the
treatment.
Chiefs. You don't call that on us."
Yeah, it's like it's the end of the game. Like, no, this isn't a Hail Mary and you don't call a little pushing and shoving. He lined up
Somebody
all
slammed the
side,
helmet.
bro.
Didn't he get fined for slamming the helmet?
Dude,
Let's move on. I don't wanna talk about him
they
anymore.
find people for like too much now. But yeah, so
Let's move on from this whiny. Oh, my face is sad. Things are hard now.
So another thing that I wanted to bring up is they came out yesterday. No, it was the day before yesterday with the Roadhouse trailer.
And it's gonna be on Prime Video, right?
It's not in theaters.
That's great because I want to watch it right now.
But it's not. Oh my! We still have to wait till like March.
I don't think we can watch it, can we, Andrew?
The trailer?
Well, yeah, but it'll get us pulled down off YouTube, won't it?
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't think a trailer would.
First of all,
Oh, you don't think a trailer would?
People listening don't want to see can't hear it or can't see it. So.
But they can still hear it. They can jump over to
Can you watch
YouTube.
this for a second?
Like, you have dental?
Oh my God!
Have you not seen it?
No.
What?
25 minutes, I'd say.
Oh, Jake.
Oh my! You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh my goodness!
Oh snap,
So,
dude!
Jake Gyllenhaal is. They took a different spin on it, but he's Dalton. If you've ever seen the
I
original,
love Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite.
Everyone wins the fight.
Dude, he like knife edge chopped that guy.
Yeah. So and Jake Gyllenhaal, so he's an ex-UFC fighter, and
it's a new spin on it.
Yeah, that's right. And they pick him up. The person we're watching is she's gonna come approach him and pick him up to be
Shred City.
Dude, you remember that boxing movie he
Yeah.
did? I mean, dude, he can.
Dude,
get-
he's freaking jacked.
he's like chicken and rice, baby. Hey, wait till you see the bad guy.
Who is it?
It's gonna blow your
Is it
mind.
Conor McGregor?
Just wait
Oh.
and see who it is.
It's like guessing.
Is it Conor McGregor?
It's gonna blow your mind who the bad guy is. What's
Sorry, I
happening?
realized I had music playing.
What's with that music? I heard
Yeah, we'll
it.
quit it out. It's a nice little touch, though.
I was like,
You can do it.
Oh,
he's
Nice
it's the
straight
same-
right hand,
It's
dog.
the same premise where he's doing the security for the bar,
Yeah.
and there's badges.
Interesting guy, overall.
oh, dude, look, dude, just shredded.
He shreds City. But the bad guy is my favorite part.
People have a certain way of getting
Here he comes.
Oh, it's in red.
Yes, yes.
Looks like you're having a smashing night.
Is it actually?
Don't let no one get this close.
Dude, Conor McGregor looks amazing.
Is this one of
in
things
this.
where you like the villain more than you like the?
Oh yeah, for
Is
sure.
this why he stopped fighting? Makes sense.
Did you see how big he was?
Dude,
Oh, dude.
look at
Oh my God.
Baby.
dude. Conor McGregor is now like should definitely be in more action movies as a villain.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
You know, just for reference for how big he is, I'll tell you after it's over. Dude, I can't wait to.
looks
Should we
pretty
get together and watch this?
Yeah, we
Dude,
should go
I'm
to
down.
theaters.
I mean, I can't.
It's not gonna be in
theaters.
theaters.
Did you not just hear me complain about it?
Let's go to one of our houses that has a big TV, not Andrew's house.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. Bro,
So
I'm
Conor
so
Mc-
excited about that.
So for real quick, Conor McGregor used to fight at 145 and 155. His next fight is at 185. He's fighting Michael Chandler at 185.
I mean,
He
you
he's
had to respect it. Like, even if you got juice to get that weight.
well, he got
good.
he broke his leg. And so
Yeah.
he definitely got on the sauce to make it speed up the process.
Yeah.
And now he's like, let's do the
mean,
next fight at
But
185.
those guys are like sitting, 200 when they fight at 185?
he's
Dude,
probably
guys,
not doing, he's probably not
this is
doing
good.
that.
You
big of a
you about to
jump,
hear?
but-
Want me to blow your mind?
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm not. Who's the guy that beat Izzy all the time?
Pereira?
Pereira.
Alex
Alex
Pereira.
Pereira.
Alex
Wow, nice. I can't believe I remember that. Nice, dude.
Hey, thanks.
When he fought 185, he would cut to 185.
Yeah.
They would weigh him. Then they weigh you again before you step into the cage. He would step into the cage at 225 pounds.
Oh my god.
So that's 24 hours. So basically, he walks around at 230,
Yeah.
cuts to 185, and then
You think I could cut to
Dude, how is that even
185?
possible?
I mean, I guess I
do
could.
I think that you could?
Yeah.
Not at this point in your
I mean,
life.
what
you
kind
you
of-
haven't never done it before. You probably
No,
could.
right,
But,
yeah, I guess
but
so. Yeah,
there's
What
like a
is that
science to
weight?
it. What?
I mean, it's not water.
it's every ounce of liquid in your body. Like you're basically on death's doorstep. Like you're one step away from
like
dying.
like bodybuilding type.
So when those guys go, you'll see them take a drink immediately as soon as they get done off the scale. Like, you know, the one that they show online where the guys are flexing and it's like everybody's cheering. That's the ceremonial. The weigh-ins already happened. Those guys are already starting to rehydrate.
Yeah.
They get weighed in before, but think about that. You walk around at 230, then you fight you weigh in at 185 the day before the fight. And then when you step into the cage the next day, you're back up to 225.
I mean, what's the point of the weights then? Like,
That's a much deeper argument. That's a much deeper argument because it's first off, it's unsafe, and it actually there's some science behind it.
Yeah.
There's some science behind it that you have a weaker chin because you depleted your body, so it's easier to get knocked out. So like when Izzy knocked him out,
Oh yeah.
they were like maybe if he wasn't like he fought at 205 now and he's still shredded.
yeah.
Yeah,
like he's
no,
just a
I mean-
shredded dude, but you see him at 205.
He's also like 6'4",
yeah,
right?
you see him at 205 and you're like, how
I mean-
did he drop 20 pounds to make this
yeah,
fight?
that's
Think
crazy.
about like, I mean, I hold 210.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, for him at 6'4", 205 is like, I mean, it's light for him, and to drop down to 185.
So they start like a few days before, like they start cutting, but then they don't really cut hard until like 48 hours, 24 hours before.
Yeah.
Because you're just depleting everything. They're sweating it all out. So they're
That's
like
crazy.
everything. Like you see guys with like sunken in cheeks, like they don't look like your organs are shutting down.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
good for you. That's why they moved him to the night before.
Yeah.
And they moved him to the
they moved it
morning. They
closer.
moved it to the no, I'm sorry.
the morning of.
They moved it to the morning before.
Okay.
It gave you more time to rehydrate.
That's kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, because these guys were going to die.
They
You're
did,
about
so
to
it's
fight
like-
for your
yeah.
life, and you're
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna knock you out," and they're like, "No, you're not."
I mean,
push
yeah.
you over.
yeah, I'm not. You're not knocking it. Like if you saw Connor, pull up Connor weigh in 145.
How exciting is that?
was
that
like-
he's a bad guy.
Dude, I'd heard that he was going to be in a movie, so when you were like, I was like, "This is the perfect one."
Dude, it's, I mean.
That one,
I
Andrew,
was-
the middle one.
I was so excited.
Look at his face, how sunken it
Doesn't
is.
even look like the same.
He looks terrifying.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like he looks like if you walked in,
So-
you were like he like has cancer.
Yeah, so there's a thin line. So kind of like we've been talking about, the group did a 48-hour fast together.
Yeah, we
We've
did.
been doing some of that, talking about some of this stuff like that. And I listened to this guy talk about this, and kind of what started this journey that we've kind of jumped on to is you want to put your body into a sense of like perceived danger. Like you want your body to think that, oh no, like we're dying.
Right.
But not like that. But and the reason that he said we do that is so like 48 hours we fast and our body's like, oh no, we're not consuming enough nutrients. And so what your body does, or like the workout we just did, an hour-long workout, and your body's like, holy crap, like we're dying. And so what your body does is it starts activating these anti-aging or different health things to prevent your body from doing that. So that's the benefit of putting stress on your body. That's why people go for runs, why we're doing this fasting thing. But this,
I mean, this is not I mean,
this
it's
is
fasting,
way
but it's
too. Yeah, this is on the. This is not.
are they
this
taking
is
like
way
the-
past that?
Are they taking like the water depletion cell supplements things?
I don't know. They have like
they
most
allowed to?
of these guys. They have some nutritionist and like
Yeah.
people that specialize in it. Most of them are. Like when you drop this much weight to where you look like this, you have to have somebody with some kind of experience in it
Yeah.
to know when you're safe and when you're not safe. If you remember, you may not remember. There was a
You know what I'm talking
UFC
about, though?
card. Yeah. I don't know if they're allowed to take them.
Okay.
They're whatever is legal that helps them shed weight, they're taking.
Yeah.
A few, maybe a year or 2 years, not 2 years, a year ago, they had a fight card with Hamzat Chimaev.
Yeah.
And they ended up flipping the whole card. Everybody fought somebody different. Because
yeah, I remember that.
Chimaev was
He missed
fighting.
weight,
and
right?
well, the doctor came in and was like, you can't cut any more weight. And he was like, I can still cut, I'm fine. But they were like, you're not okay. Wow. And some people may think it was like a reason to flip the card around or whatever. I don't think there was anything. He's just a big dude. He fights
He
at
is a big
185. Fights at 185. He's big at 185 and he was cutting to 170.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could.
I mean,
Think about, I don't know what you weigh. 185 pounds? I don't know what you weigh.
195.
Okay. So 195 pounds. If I was like, hey, tomorrow me and you are going to fight to the death basically. But first drop 20 pounds.
I mean, I don't even know how you would conceivably even do that. Even if I didn't eat for 2 days.
I know.
I'm gonna have to he's like, I got to get rid of some of this blood.
I didn't eat for 2 days.
Yeah, but you were drinking water.
I was drinking
We're
water.
mostly water.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, I didn't eat for 2 days and I
You're
lost 2 pounds.
Well, your food is not. It's water. I mean,
know,
dude, if
yeah.
you dehydrated yourself, you'd lose like 10
I'm
pounds.
talking that you have to sweat constantly. They get in saunas, they move around.
As human beings, we walk around mostly water. So you have a lot of water.
70%,
to-
they say.
You know what the other 30? You know what the other 30% is?
My penis.
70% water, 30% penis.
Is that Nate Bargatze? I don't think-
Caleb said it.
Nah, it's
penis is a medical
it's-
term.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we're good.
All right, let's. So anyway, we got way off topic. I love the original Roadhouse. Have you ever
Oh
seen
my
it?
goodness.
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Dude, the
so
original.
good.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
The everything.
Gabby hasn't seen it, and we have a rule where it's like I will go back and pick some older movies because she didn't watch some of those movies like that in that era. And me and my dad watched all those movies,
Yeah.
and I'll go back and I'll pick a couple, but I have to be careful. I have
Yeah.
a street. Everyone she's seen, she's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" So I have to be careful. And I told
you
her, I
don't
was
wanna throw
like,
a bad one in there.
I was like, so I'm debating Roadhouse because it's a dude
Well,
movie.
but it's got some love scenes in it.
It does,
He's a
but
gentle lover.
It's a dude movie though.
Yeah. It's like MacGruber basically. He's like I can't go back to throat rips.
Dude, I need to watch MacGruber again, but that's exactly. And then at the end, it's like, you don't have to do. There's so many other moves in your repertoire. He's like basically doing all this mixed martial arts, and he's like, "There's only one move left."
Yeah.
It's like, no, there's not. There has to be other options.
I mean, is a throat rip a real thing? Andrew, can you Google search is a throat rip real? Search real
Roadhouse.
real throat rip Roadhouse.
Real? Oh, it says possible?
Possible. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Is it possible to rip someone's throat out? Oh, I have to prove
Prove
it.
your humanity.
Prove your humanity. I don't like the way it said that.
Oh, mature content. Yeah, we're over 18.
Yeah, I'm over 18.
They're like, are you sure? Are you a girl?
Yes. It's not going to let me do it unless I'm logged in. Oh, my God.
Like, here's a YouTube
To
video.
Reddit?
No.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah. Nope. Not with anything resembling normal hands and nails. You could do a lot more damage than you'd think, but you aren't going to just rip into the trachea like that.
See, here's where I think you could. I think you could, right?
Well, now I kind of feel like next time I get in a fight,
How do we
look
try?
out. I'm going for the whole
Maybe
throat
just
rip.
like somebody's sweaty and they're like, yeah.
It's like shouldn't have fought
here's
that fat
here's
guy.
an anecdote. This guy said, when my uncle was about 15, he used to steal cars, and once he was running from the police and hid under a parked car. A police dog found him and bit his arm. So with his other hand, he grabbed the dog's throat and pulled it, but he accidentally tore the dog's windpipe. No external damage, but it killed the poor thing.
So he didn't rip it out.
didn't rip
He
it
just crushed the windpipe. Yeah.
That's a good strategy. Too.
That's match right. You break the dog's neck. Yeah.
No, you actually what you do is you open their jaws
Like
up. Yeah,
freaking
break.
King Kong.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like my favorite scene.
I'll be honest
God,
When
with
you're
you.
King Kong
a
takes
sadist.
Yeah.
the T-Rex.
The T-Rex. Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Okay.
God.
2002
So
is gone.
while we're talking about fighting, next transition is Netflix just signed a 10-year contract with the WWE.
Do you know what the best? I knew you were going to talk about this a little bit, and you know what the best part is? So you texted me and you're like, WWE is about to be on Netflix, and I was like, awesome. And then literally yesterday, Vince McMahon retired, resigned his position because of a sexual assault allegation.
Sex trafficking.
No, not trafficking. It was
sex
Oh yeah,
trafficking.
because he was like, hey, you're going to sleep with this other wrestler. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
So, but to be fair, Vince McMahon is 85 years old and
Yeah.
he's not doing good. And they were like, but
We got you.
some girl was like, they tried to, so I told you guys on a podcast earlier that I was watching old WWFs. Well, there was one where he literally was like molesting the female superstars as like a thing. Like it was like a joke.
Right.
Like, it's all scripted.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope, it's all scripted, Andrew. But he was like,
Spoiler alert.
like he was like sitting, there was this one girl, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Trish Stratus?
No.
When I was a kid, she was like the hottest thing on earth. Like I remember vividly. Pull up Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus. Anyway, so they do this thing where he's like, his wife is in a wheelchair for some reason. She's totally fine, but she was in a wheelchair. So he starts going out with Trish Stratus, And
Wait, his wife's in a wheelchair, so he's like, "Pfft."
yeah, I'm just gonna start dating this other girl. And he's like in his dressing room, and he's like, I'm just so stressed out. And she's like, I know it'll relieve a little stress. And then he like sits back, and then obviously his office door closes, and I was like, I watched this as a 10-year-old kid. What is going on? I was like, my God. But now it all totally makes sense, because if he wrote that, like if he was like, what if
just gave me.
what if she was giving me a blowjob? And they're like, Mr. McMahon, we think that's. He's like, hey,
As a kid,
I'm in charge here. I think it really ties the stories in together.
I mean, the
That reminds me
WWE
of
is.
the,
Sorry,
off topic, but it's like that reminds me of all the Nickelodeon shows. That was that Dave Schneider guy. He like wrote all these, like iCarly. He was the producer.
Oh, you mean the sexual predator?
Yeah, he's like, so like, but there was always like a weird fascination with feet content. So it was like, ooh, feet is like a funny.
Oh,
And it was
really?
like, yeah,
I didn't
and,
know
as,
that.
and as a kid, I was like, it's a little weird.
iCarly,
And-
show us your feet.
Could you
and
imagine
now
being?
I'm like, oh my god.
Could you imagine being an adult male, and you're like, I'm gonna have to hire some young girls that young boys are gonna find attractive.
I think about
basically,
this often. There are people who get paid a lot of money to
Oh, man.
basically look at kids and be like, "You're ugly.
You're hot.
Fat, you're hot."
he's like, you're hot. I mean,
And
not
this
hot.
is how we're gonna cast you in movies. Is that
That's
not weird?
That's uncomfortable.
I'm just
Well, it's
saying.
super weird.
I mean, that's what I've
Now
never
that
thought
you think
about that.
about it.
Y'all are like, I'm like, oh man, that's
Dude,
true.
well, you're thinking like you're like
Does it
a
make it-
40-year-old exec is like.
Does
yeah,
it make it
yeah.
better? Here's a question.
She
though.
is a hot.
Yeah.
Does it make it
girl in
better if
middle
it's
school.
a female doing that?
Yes.
No.
To me, it
It
does.
makes me
It makes
feel a
me
lot
more
better.
comfortable if it's a 40-year-old lady being like, okay,
That kid's hot.
He's attractive.
Yeah.
She's attractive. If it's a guy being like, he's attractive. She's attractive.
Well, here's why, and here's why I think
or,
in my
no,
okay,
or
maybe.
worse, she's attractive and he's attractive.
here's why in my brain it feels
I
better.
think maybe, hopefully, their language is different. Like, oh, that girl will grow up to be an attractive.
That's worse, dude. I think that's worse.
Worse. Oh,
I'm
I don't think
I'm
let me say
farming
this,
her.
There's no words in the English dictionary to say what you're trying to say appropriately.
He's like, does this feel better? She's gonna be hot. Here's why it feels better in my brain, because a 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy has a pretty good shot of beating up a 40-year-old lady. Fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
well-
If
Like,
I'm
think about
14
Mabry at 14.
If I'm
he's
14,
beaten to death a
Bro, I'm
40-year-old
6
woman.
foot.
Wait, but so you-
175.
But
what
if
about girls though?
that's what I'm
What
saying.
about Ghislaine Maxwell?
I could
What?
have beat her up.
Trafficked.
I could have beat. She was tricking people. That's different. But I'm saying, like, if a 40-year-old woman forced herself on a 12-year-old boy, some 12-year-old boys can fight that off.
Well,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, nice.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, we're all. Yeah, like
true. That's a
when
problem.
you hear about like Mary Kay Letourneau, everybody high fives. It's like she was a hot teacher. She had sex with her 14-year-old student. Everybody's like, nice. That's awesome.
But if
Yeah.
the other way around, it's
He
like
walks-
this 30-year-old guy has sex with a 14-year-old
Everybody's
student.
like,
murder him.
yeah, we'll seriously be like, I can't wait for him to go to prison because he's going to
He's
get
gonna
murdered.
die,
And then
hanging
then the
and
girl
throwing a
teacher's
hook.
like, I slept with a 14-year-old. We're like, that kid's a legend. That kid is a legend. It's a double standard.
I mean, it's a huge double standard
That's the
there.
definition of.
But it also goes back to like you feel like to Dusty's point. You feel like the 14-year-old kid could stop. Like he could be like,
It's still not good. Let's
It's
be
not
clear.
good.
No, she shouldn't do it.
no one should be
Absolutely
doing the underage.
traumatizing for a 14-year-old boy.
I think as a podcast, I think
Sign
as
me up for some trauma.
I think as a Favor's like, yeah, I have a lot of emotional trauma from when I was a 14-year-old boy. I think as a podcast, we can all agree that statutory rape is wrong.
I don't think anybody would argue differently.
I don't need to ask Caleb. I'm going to assume his answer is the same.
He's on our side.
Caleb would have said he would have broke the Nate Bargatze rule.
Yeah, but
the point is
if you're a 14-year-old boy in high school and there's that hot Spanish teacher,
Oh God.
and she's like,
Oh, she's
"Me
always the
tamba
Spanish
tu
teacher.
and you're like, I need help with my homework.
Dusty, it's time for you to present. I can't get up.
It's definitely a double.
Do you remember
standard.
that? Remember that in school? That was the worst time being a young
Yeah.
man. I mean, being a girl's hard, but when you have to walk up,
The problem you're describing, I mean, the other problem females were going through at the same time. They're like, hey.
but think about this: somebody, if a girl's going through a problem, she can still go up and do a math problem on the board.
Yeah.
If I'm going through my problem, I can't go do the math equation.
No, that's right.
I've got to stay seated. You all right?
So you see,
You're demonstrating.
this is my project. Why are you
My
leaning
back
over?
is
Oh,
pretty
it's just
sore.
I'm gonna go on the low board.
He's just like 3 times 3 equals 69.
no. That's incorrect.
And he winks at his boys. He's like, that's sexy.
That's why I can't wait to have a kid to tell him
Jesus
this
Christ.
knowledge. What?
About a boner?
No. Well, no, that's the obvious. But like, if somebody had just told me that if you
What's happening over here?
squeeze
What
your
is-
fist, you can direct the blood flow elsewhere.
not true.
It is true.
Trust me, it's not true.
Next time.
I don't know.
Give it a
Next
go.
time
Hold
I
on
have
one
a
second.
boner, you're saying I should just.
Yeah, just like try to direct the blood flow
I
elsewhere.
feel like you're just refocusing. That's what I do. Just focus on something else. So if you're focusing on gripping your fin, you're just refocusing.
I'm telling you.
Baseball on a cold day.
Grandma.
Grandma playing baseball on a cold day.
There's a comedian that's like, Grandma. No, it's getting worse.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we've got all the anyway, WWE on Netflix.
Whoa. Yeah.
But it's
My goodness,
but
we
I was
got-
hoping so WWE and the UFC have combined under TKO.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, maybe,
I
what
saw-
if UFC goes to Netflix? Would be sweet.
That would be sweet. I saw that the Rock is now on the board at TKO, getting paid
makes sense.
$30 million in stock.
It's pretty nice.
Dude, the Rock is taking. He is becoming. You know, I love some business, but he is becoming
Business.
one of the most successful business people right now.
You know they
in America.
they approached him about becoming president for real.
Like for real.
He won't say what party it was. I think we all know, but I think he won't say what party it was.
Oh, I don't know if we know. He's always said that he would be run as a Democrat.
Yeah, he would run as a Democrat, but so he wouldn't say. But he was like, they've approached me. I don't not obviously not this one, but I think like in 4 or 8 years
Dude, he
they've
could beat
approached.
Trump.
Dude, let me tell you
beat
something.
Trump.
Dude, if
Let
he
me
was
tell you
like,
something right now, where we're at in our society, and I know there's going to be people be like, "Oh, don't say that." If it's Trump, Biden, or The Rock,
I'm going the Rock.
I'm going The Rock.
Dude, think about the
No doubt.
Think about the
I don't
debate.
care.
Dude, think
Are
about
we
the
really
debate.
gonna pretend like he's not.
He's
as
the
good as
president.
them? I
He's the
mean,
president.
dude. Like,
Dude, he's on the mic and
like-
he's like, I'm going to close the borders. If you smell. And everybody's like, yeah, America.
He's just like,
Dude,
they're just talking crap. He walks over to him and like crushes the mic.
Yeah.
You're like, you're done.
He gives Trump the rock bottom and they're like, oh, he'll never get up from that.
I mean, Joe Biden definitely would never get up from the
Oh,
rock bottom.
if The Rock laid the smackdown on Joe Biden, it's over. It's murder.
it would be, I was gonna say it'd just be murder.
Do you
at that
think
point.
it would be smart of him to bring back some of the old Rock like microphone stuff from the WWE?
Yes.
He's like, I'm about to lay the smack down. Everybody's like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
Dude, is that not like idiocracy?
It is 100% idiocracy.
But I mean, look what's happening right now. Like, I mean, dude, it's crazy. The fact that we're about to have a Trump Biden, like,
You know, I don't.
the fact that the Democrats
this
can
is-
put that dude up.
This is
there.
pretty topical because we're talking about current events. But like, so here's a couple things that people should be. If you're not, here's some things that you should be worried about if you're a certain leaning away. Trump is crushing the Republican card.
I mean, he's
It's
destroying
not
it.
close.
No.
And then on top of that, the polls that they're doing, like where they're polling for Biden right now, typically that leans, it favors, it bolsters the left score a little bit, typically.
Yeah.
So it's always saying that they're doing better than they actually are, and he's not doing good.
Yeah.
Well,
And part of it's because he can't talk.
I was just about to say it. Like, people, I feel like they get defensive about this, but it's like, pick another person, y'all. He is
yeah.
old and he can't talk.
Do you guys
Well,
feel
dude,
bad a
I
little
mean,
bit? I feel bad
so
for
bad.
him.
I feel so bad.
I feel bad for him. It's like,
I feel so bad.
you know, when
Dude,
you're,
but, like, he obviously wants
you,
to be
y'all
there.
have
I know,
I had
but-
a grandfather. He passed away, but you
Yeah,
all have
that's
grandpa-
right. It
and
feels like it's your grandpa
And when
up there,
grandpa's
sure.
talking and you starts trailing off, and you're like, and you feel bad. You're like, oh, it's okay, Papa, it's fine. I understand what you're saying, but you have no idea. He's talking
Yeah.
about his brother that's been dead for 40 years, and you're like, yeah, Uncle Hank still is doing his
Yeah.
thing. But Biden is up there. He's like, we good with. In the
I feel like-
everybody's like,
I feel like all I see is like the outtakes of him screwing up. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean,
Sometimes feel like it's
I've
filtered.
watched him give a speech, and I mean, like, you know, when he did the State of the Union,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it's like it's cringy. He trails. He always does. It's like he can't give one
No, I mean, it's not
fluid,
a good-
articulate speech, and I'm like, he is the president. Forget. I mean, we all know that, like, you know, there's tons of people behind the scenes making sure this thing's operating.
Yeah.
But he's the face that's being presented around the world. Of
course.
And it's like, dude, it's a terrible look. Like, it's just, if the man can't put sentences together, and it like the State of the Union, I'm not a Joe Biden. I thought he did really well, but it's like, I thought he did really well for being Joe Biden.
Yeah.
If it was if Obama got up there and talked like that, I'd be like, what is
Dude,
he having a
think
stroke?
about
Like,
think about what would happen if Trump started fumbling his words like he does.
Oh,
they
my
would
goodness.
they would
Well, but I
crucify
think Trump
him.
is almost the opposite
Yeah.
issue. Like he can't.
well, Trump's getting old too.
Dude,
And I
here's
mean, I
another
don't-
thing.
Well, his speeches are just like formulated in the other way. His rambling on like
We are the best.
But have you heard recently,
Dude,
dude? He's
Trump-
pretty pointed. Recently, he's been like a lot more focused, which should be scary to. Like he's not like just calling Ted Cruz's wife a pig. like he's
But
saying
dude, a
stuff.
debate between Trump and The Rock. I mean, let's go.
dude, The Rock might
Because
destroy-
Trump would be like Vince McMahon. Like,
Yeah.
he would be in the whole thing
Trump
about
would be-
it.
yeah,
Here's what I think would
The
happen.
Rock
They-
would be like, how many pull-ups can you do?
well, they would do this. This is how I would do it. If I was setting up the debate, I'd be like, "Here's the deal: you're sharing a microphone, so you have to pass it back and forth. So when it's your turn,
But I
you
mean,
snag it from
Trump's 6'4".
He's a
and
big
like
guy.
230. I mean, he's a big dude, and he's
The
maybe
Rock is 6'5", 500, but he's
Yeah, there's a difference in body type there. But I mean, Trump, it would be a physical, like you
it
would
would
be
just
like.
be-
I mean, I'm watching that debate. Are you
mean,
watching
did
that
Trump-
debate?
did
Oh.
Am I watching it? I'm recording it. I'm watching it multiple times a
More
week.
people would watch that than the Super Bowl. Like,
Dude, could you imagine like
The Rock's like, tune in for the UFL later.
he's like just like you could just see them going back and forth. It would be unbelievable. Just snatching the mic out of each other's hands. Like The Rock's about to say something and Trump's like just grabs it and he's like, "You're not even Hawaiian."
Your mom, she's a dog.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Dog person.
Talk about my dog.
Yeah.
Dude, The Rock would just straight up fight Trump.
You guys probably didn't watch it, but The Rock, like he used to talk about pie a lot as like a woman's sex. Like he's like, "Do you
right.
like pie?"
Oh, okay.
Do you, like that? Like I can see him doing that with Trump, just totally like putting him on tilt. Like he shows him pictures of him having sex with Melania. He's like, "What do you think about this?" Trump's like, "God, hey, you went there." He's like,
He's like,
"I'm
"You
the
ever
Rock."
seen the kid?" Yeah, he's like,
I laid the
I don't know.
smackdown.
Trump would just be like, "You impressed?"
I mean, that would be the debate of the century. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
I have at this point, like, if they're gonna trot Trump and Joe Biden up there, give me The Rock. I don't even like. Come on, man. I just like you see all these people, like when they're doing the Republican debates and stuff, and I'm just like watching this, and I'm like, man, there's some good candidates there that we should probably really give a shot.
The best
to.
part is Trump is winning the Republican debates.
Wasn't
Not even
there.
that.
No,
They're just like, Trump would have said this, and they're like, he probably would have said that.
I mean,
He's like smashing it.
no,
I mean, smashing
it's over. Nikki Haley. Do
you guys think,
stomped in
I
New
got a question
Hampshire.
for you.
She's getting.
You don't have to say it if you don't want to, but there's a big conspiracy going on right now that Michelle Obama's a man.
Oh Jesus!
How do y'all feel about that?
I've seen.
First
that.
of all, it's not a big conspiracy that's going around.
It's a big conspiracy.
It's a big conspiracy
If
that's
I've
going
heard
around.
about it. It's a big.
Are you
conspiracy.
suggesting it's not a big conspiracy?
Are you saying it's not a conspiracy at all?
Are you saying it's 100% that she's a man?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying that she's a woman.
It's not. It's just like a.
I mean, and I understand with all this
No,
AI, you don't know,
dude,
you can't
like,
believe what you see.
Like to me, there's
There are
tiers
people
of
that
conspiracy.
there are
There's
people
like-
that believe this 100%.
There are people who believe the Earth is flat. I don't know what you mean.
And the flat Earth is a conspiracy theory. That's what I'm getting. It's not. It's a
I know, but,
conspiracy.
like,
We're
to
not
me,
saying that
there's,
it's
like,
true or
there's
false.
tiers of like logical.
you're saying this is a
conspiracy
low
theories,
level-
and this is
Well,
like.
but that's in the eye of the
there's
beholder,
very
man.
low
Are you saying that
correlation.
flat Earth is? I mean, this is.
Oh boy.
But dude,
You know
this
what
is
I'm saying? Like,
this is.
I mean, if
this
we're gonna
is-
acknowledge flat Earth as being a
Yeah.
No,
conspiracy
I don't think.
theory,
I think flat Earth is a low tier as well.
So what's a high tier conspiracy theory?
Like the JFK assassination.
based on what?
A lot of things, man.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
What
Well,
about what about my art conspiracy theory where they
one's that?
are
Well,
just
Hunter
up?
Biden did do
Oh,
that.
that's for sure a thing.
Right? That's
Hunter
the thing.
Biden did. He was like he bought a painting.
I
for
said
like,
that before I said
Yeah.
that before that
Like,
all
well, it's
started
just
coming out.
laundering,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
It's laundering money through something that you really can't quantify.
Yeah.
I was going to
It's
bring that up.
perfect.
Like you see, like on Instagram, it'll
is
scroll
pretty
by
perfect.
like
It's
where,
smart.
where there's this artist doing
smart.
some stupid stuff, like jumping and like painting.
Yeah.
and you're like, artists, these people are stupid. This is not art.
Like I would love
I'm
to
trying
like
to
go.
like. Should I just start art painting just to see if
You have to
somebody's
do it
gonna-
in a weird way. You have to be like, I put paint on my wiener and then I smacked it against the board.
Somebody's like
And
$6
somebody's
million
like,
dollars.
My God, it's an Andrew Weiss original.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna have to buy it. I
Hey.
must have it.
Tread lightly.
What?
Wiener's not in the. That's not-
Wiener is totally fine. There's no way
I said
Wiener's
tread
not okay.
lightly.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I mean,
You're tiptoeing, man.
Yeah.
You're tiptoeing. Preston Neal might be listening. That's
right.
can he not say Wiener? Would you be mad if Odin said Wiener?
I guess that's a good point. No, not
Yeah.
really.
That'd
That's
be
a good
funny.
point. Yeah, you're right.
Boom.
Logic. Yeah, that's a good point.
Logic. Yeah, so we're looking forward to. Do you think this will be the first presidential campaign race ever that doesn't have a debate?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
don't
I'm
know.
not looking forward to this
I'm not either.
race. It's like scary.
I think it's going to be a landslide, man.
I think it's scary.
Well, I
because
just
Why
don't
do you think it's
understand why
scary?
the Democrats would.
I don't
do that.
really think either Trump or Biden are really good for the country.
You want RFK?
I would like to see RFK, but to be honest, like that's still like third party hasn't won in over 100 years. So it's like
Let me tell you something. And
me tell you something.
hard take. Yeah. Joe Biden and Donald Trump, neither one of them should be our president.
No, probably not.
I mean,
but
there are so many more qualified people. I mean,
well, you know why they put Biden against? They want to put Biden against Trump
because he beat him.
because he beat him already.
yeah.
But that's
But
4 years ago.
Yeah,
it's a
that
big.
was- it's been a
difference.
long
When you're
4 years.
80, 4 years is a long time.
It's been a long 4 years for old Joe.
yeah.
He looks like he's. I mean, he looks like he died 3 days ago.
Dude,
He's not doing good.
There's a conspiracy theory where he's a robot.
Or there's
Well,
like
dude,
somebody else.
if he's a robot, it's not good.
It's not
Dude,
good.
we shouldn't worry about AI.
Make it better, guys.
Those conspiracy theories are like funny. They'll be like, Joe Biden, they just replaced him with a look-alike. Look, these pictures from 10 years apart, they look different. I was like, yeah, because he's 80.
Well, to be fair, the ears attached. Your ears don't attach as you get older. That's a fair point.
But they lobe. They go longer.
They get attached.
All right, let's find out.
Joe Biden ears attached.
How about the who's the guy from? I think he's from Fox, but he's always giving the press secretary just the business, dude.
That's my favorite guy.
It's like, dude, could you imagine? It's every day, isn't it? I mean, he literally, what does he do? Just go home at night and just like, all right, what can I do to get her tomorrow? Like, I mean, he just comes in there, and you know that when she calls on him, he's like, he's coming after you. So she's just like, how tired is she of that? Like, is that not, they should do like a documentary on that.
She has to call on him. She
has
has
to. No, I know.
And he's like,
It's
she's like, this is gonna be great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's that? They should do a documentary on that relationship. Because, I mean,
They probably hate each other.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they have to. It is so funny to me that I'm just like, every day you see something, this dude is just like, hey, how does it feel to be stupid? Like, hey.
All right, Andrew, bottom, right, next one over to the left. Click on that one. See his ears? Totally connected.
Yeah.
Now pick another picture. That one. Not connected. Ears don't get connected.
Oh, boy.
Am I right or am I right, Andrew?
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you right now, ears don't connect to your head.
I have a feeling this is
I mean-
probably a fake image. This is like specifically conspiracy theory website.
Oh, yeah. What they could just make a fake image showing his ears attached.
They can make a fake image showing them that they're not. Somebody could do the opposite.
Which one's more prevalent?
I mean,
does he
here's a
have-
picture of him too.
Yeah, dude, those ears.
That doesn't help. He still looks nonsensical old in that picture.
Trump thinks Joe Biden had plastic surgery.
I mean, he definitely had plastic surgery. That's not what we're arguing.
Oh, yeah.
The argument is like he got a facelift, but it didn't make his
Is
ears
Trump
attached.
saying that he hasn't had plastic? I find it hard to believe that Trump wouldn't do plastic surgery.
Yeah, Trump's for sure.
You think? I feel like he's
like,
too
only my
proud.
penis.
Yeah.
He's like, it's so.
What
big.
did you get? He's like, it's got ears and a nose now.
He's like, I had to get it reduced.
Yeah. He's like,
It's like 4 inches is too much. Nobody can
Huge.
handle it.
It's
It's
huge.
huge. I had to reduce it. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
No, I think it's very interesting what's going on right now. I don't
Do the
pretend.
cool guy thing.
You want me to do? I don't pretend to know everything about all that, but the strategy to put somebody like Joe Biden up, like, you know, I mean, you can't really blame the Republicans. They gave everyone a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 9 people trotted them up there, and Trump's like, I'm not even going to show up.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going to kill y'all.
Them
I'm curious
arresting
about that
Trump,
too.
like trying to get him not in the election, made him a martyr. It made
Yeah.
it worse. Like
Yeah.
if you were trying to keep him out of it,
Well,
like that made it way worse.
To be
That's the
fair,
whole-
like I'm not saying I agree or disagree with the whole thing. Guilty until proven, or
Yeah.
innocent. Guilty until proven.
Yeah.
Whoa,
innocent
Andrew.
until proven guilty. But like
This
he
country's based
technically
on.
is still, like could be arrested and go to jail.
Well,
Yeah, he
my,
could.
My whole thing
He's
is
Probably not.
Yeah, he's not going
But he
to.
could.
My whole thing is though that's what one of my big things about Trump being president is last time. I mean, I think he did a lot of great things for the country, but all they did was just try to like stick things to him all the time. And I'm like, y'all just leave our president. It looks bad. Like when
Well, to be fair though, like the Republicans have done the exact same thing to Joe Biden. Like
Yeah, but I mean,
I like
you get how
I get so frustrated with
how
that. Like
apparent is that the media? Like,
I don't know. It is for sure.
It's
I mean,
so
I see
funny.
it all the time on Instagram, like just Republican pages just talking so much crap when it's like 4 years ago they were like, they won't leave Trump alone. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, it's just it's all a game.
My thing is though.
This is what I was talking about the other day. I'm just like so sick of rage politics and outrage politics.
My thing is there should be a rule, and this is how I am. Whoever gets elected
Yeah.
is the president. Deal with it. Like, if you might not like him. Like, I'm not super happy Joe Biden's our president right now, but guess what? Joe Biden's the president.
Yeah.
Deal
And at the
with
end of
it.
the day, like,
Get
I still
over
fight
it.
for my country.
That's right.
You know,
I mean, just people get too. I'm like, we'll get a chance in 4 years to get another person up there, but like, deal with it, man. Quit all this. It's nonsense.
well, that's exactly what it is. And I think a lot of people realize but don't do anything about it in their mind. But like the media makes so much money by getting you angry.
That's
so
right.
much.
That's the only way they can make money
Yeah.
now. They have to get you
And so
angry.
it's like that. If you keep that in mind, it just can change your perspective, I think.
You just have to stop looking at even both. Like, you can't look at CNN, you can't watch Fox. It's all nonsense.
Dude,
It's
those
all
two are
nonsense.
it's two. Like, I watch Fox and I'm like, I'm conservative. I'm afraid to say
No.
that, but yeah. And I watch it and I'm just like, I'm like, holy smokes, man. It's
Did
not
you see the
even,
thing where they
come
were
on,
like-
swing one, like, give me something on the other
Well, it's
tape.
like,
Did you see where
I
Trump
saw-
won the whatever it was, and they were like, we won't even show his victory speech. It was too much for in CNN. You're like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah. Well, it's like I get frustrated with the hypocrisy because I also would call myself conservative and on the right, but like I don't really like the Republican Party that much, and especially the media. Like I like some people from the Daily Wire, for example.
Yeah.
But I watched a video of one of those girls. She has like a YouTube that's part of the Daily Wire. And she was like so upset, just like make content because Chuck Schumer announced that they were going to try to ban Zyn.
I heard that too. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Really? I'm surprised. But
Why?
it's like-
What's wrong with Zen?
Well, okay, but it's about how it is a problem when you have a bunch of kids that look at it like it's a toy, and just like vaping or
I let
cigarettes.
I let
were at a
Finley
time.
play with this. Is that not? Is that bad?
He's in there right now.
I think it is a problem when these companies are specifically using marketing strategies to try to addict children.
Hey,
to
can I ask you
addictive
this?
substances.
Why aren't cigarettes banned?
They-
Why would you ban Zen?
Well, I'm not. Well, I don't necessarily think you should ban Zyn, but it's like they weren't even upset about the proposition of Zyn. They were just
Solid
upset
point.
that they chose something that wasn't another problem in the country.
Are you not
It's
little,
like, you would
little
just be
worried that
upset
they're
about
bringing
it.
that up, but they're like, hey, we need to get rid of Zen. Everybody keep smoking.
I just think it's a little bit of a red herring, like to be upset that.
What you're describing is you are what most people are, and that's in the middle. Most people are not super one way or the other. You are.
Yeah.
I think you're the same way I am.
Yeah.
And you're probably more.
When was
like,
the last time the actual government did something for me? Like,
Never, dude. You never. Did you hear that?
I mean,
I'm so sick of taxes.
Did you?
If I have to pay one more Social Security bill, I'm like.
Did you hear about the guy that quoted Ronald Reagan's very famous speech where Ronald Reagan, this is a Democrat, and Ronald Reagan said the 10 most, I forget how many number, but it was like the 10 scariest words to hear are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. And this guy, this Democrat has a speech and he's like, I'd like to quote Ronald Reagan.
yeah.
I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
You're like.
And he was like, and everybody's like, but you just left out the first part of the quote about it being bad. You just tried to make it sound good. And he was like up there like,
quoting Reagan.
That's
it was like, everybody's like,
And let me say this, I believe in more of a local, like, state government. I think there needs to be some of that. I think it's when the federal government starts to dip.
well, the states should govern themselves. That's what it should be.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for federalization,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, it is a
getting
problem
too-
that people are more focused on the federal government than they are like the local.
The federal government has
I
way
mean,
too
like,
much power.
most people probably couldn't
That's,
name their,
I
federal
would agree with
government.
that.
most people probably couldn't name their county commissioner.
That's
or-
right. And you should be
There's-
very
Or
aware of
name the
that.
county
There's-
superintendent for schools.
There's a constitution that all it does is basically limit the powers. It tells you what your freedoms are.
Yeah.
And limits the power of the federal government.
Yeah.
And so those are like non-negotiable things. It's like the government should have no say in what you this, and they're trying to rewrite that because they want to have obviously more power.
Right.
I think it's probably
Yeah, it's a huge problem when the federal government is this involved, and like
I want somebody to be president, whoever it is. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat, that just lets me live my life.
Yeah.
I want to have the
I
least
just
governmental
want
control
right.
as
somebody
possible.
Well,
in there to get rid of Social Security.
Well, to me,
It's going to be gone here soon anyway.
I
Andrew.
know,
Just
and I'm sick of paying it.
Well, what's weird to me is like, let's take this border thing for instance. And they send them down there to remove the razor from the fence, and people are like, "Oh, well, that's inhumane." It's like, no, it's not. You don't climb the fence. You don't get cut by the razor. Not a problem. But my thing is it's the federal government saying that, hey, Texas, all these people flooding into your state, don't stop it.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, man, like we're just trying to, we're not putting stuff up over in New Mexico or, in other parts. Like we're just trying to keep people out of the Texas border.
You know,
It's
that
pretty
he's
interesting. Like,
he-
when's the last time the National Guard is like explicitly doing the opposite of what the federal?
he's within his
The
right.
federal, like,
If you look at the
agents are
amendment
doing.
he's quoting, he's technically allowed to do what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
he's
he's-
not going to do anything illegal.
The federal government's trying to absorb the Texas National Guard, so that way they have control over them. But the
I don't think they're
governor
able to do that.
Yeah, they
because-
can. And
No,
governor.
the whole point of a National Guard is so that they can serve as
yes.
like law enforcement officers, whereas like a
Correct.
state or like soldiers can't serve as a law enforcement officer.
But the federal government is in the process of trying to absorb the National Guard there,
That seems illegal.
so that they can
seems
pull
or
them
immoral.
off. But Governor Abbott said, I have plenty more avenues to go if you try to do that, and 25 other states have pledged their National Guard to Texas. if they
Yeah,
needed
that's
it.
great.
Yeah, that doesn't
So-
even seem like ethical.
Well, I mean,
to
that,
do.
yeah, and that's the
Well,
problem
the-
is.
the
Well,
reason-
when he put this is back in
So
a
that,
while
but that
ago, when
also
he-
just proves
when he
that
put
they
them in
want
a bus-
completely different agenda.
Yeah.
If they're willing to do something like that,
I don't even understand what they're trying to accomplish there. But when he put
More
when he put a
voters.
bunch of them in the immigrants in a bus and sent them to New York,
So funny.
like let's go. Everyone's like, hey, he's
Dude,
like,
well-
yeah, it's a problem, right?
Well, these people in the interior of the country, we're a sanctuary city. It's like, well, do you know how many states these people have to drive to get to your sanctuary city?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, let me help you out. Let
Well,
me put
it was-
them on a plane.
Yeah.
Fly them to your sanctuary
well,
city.
there was like New York. I think it was New York. There was this.
There was one in Chicago.
Yeah, but New York, there was this one person in New York. They were like, "Yeah, just come here. We're a sanctuary." And then they did the thing from Texas, and it's what is it? Eagle Pass. This is
Yes,
one of those
that's
cities.
the-
and it's like the population influx that happens like weekly.
Yeah.
That goes through the city. It's like plus 500 per. I don't know what it exactly
Yeah,
is,
it's
but it's
crazy.
like crazy the amount of population increase. It's like way more in this little town, and then like literally the amount of migrants that got to New York is like 0.0001% of them,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Whoa, this is way we
Well,
can't handle it."
yeah, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like,
man,
hey,
dude,
man,
you
you don't
understand
even
what
understand what's
happens
going
with the
Like
whole
this city that's 1,000 people now has 10,000 people in it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
So Governor Abbott's calling the 10th Amendment, I think, where it's basically he's saying Texas is being invaded, which essentially it is. So in the Constitution, he has the right to go against the federal government
Yeah.
and protect his state from
That's awesome.
invasion.
That's
but
awesome.
Biden just was like, I don't know if you just heard, he was like, if you keep doing this, I'm going to pull your ability to drill for natural gas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He already tried that. Remember, no fracking. Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts.
He's a dude. Their administration's a joke.
That's a joke. That's the most empty threat I've ever heard, ever.
The whole thing's a joke.
What? Because then he's gonna be like, hey, remember how I stopped you from drilling?
Yeah. Can you start drilling again?
Gas prices are shooting up pretty high. I mean,
Here's
it turns out people use natural gas more than I thought they
Here's
did.
an idea. let me put this out there. What if the RFTB cast ran for president? Maybe they'll let let's add him too. He adds another
it's
wrinkle.
like
Yeah.
It's president
Gives a
by
little bit
committee.
more maturity with Adam.
an interesting thought.
How much do you think? Like, how much would we gain? We'd
I
probably
don't know if we could get. I don't know if we could win hunts.
dude. We would be like in the middle of like an argument, and they'd be like, "You guys haven't solved not one thing. You're arguing about whether Michelle Obama has a penis or not." And we're like, in 3 more hours, we're gonna figure this out.
When we get to that,
Yeah. There's plenty of other big fish to fry. We got all
we
these
can
other
divide
problems
and
to solve.
conquer.
Like, I'll take the southern states. You take like the northern states. Andrew will take the western states.
I'll take the Midwest.
I feel like we need to put Caleb in the Midwest.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Go hunting.
Caleb deserves a farm.
No, I just think his temperament may be better for the Midwest.
that's right.
Yeah.
So wait, where am I going?
I'm going like
You're going to the
southeast,
north.
southwest rather.
Yeah, Andrew will probably be like,
Utah, Colorado.
yeah, that area.
I get the mountain
Utah,
region.
no, you're going. That's Midwest. You're going
Nevada.
down.
We're
Yeah.
putting Adam in Puerto Rico. I think that's the best spot for him.
So I'm going up to New York and all that crap.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the
You don't want
worst.
Adam in
I want
Puerto
to be
Rico.
out there.
Dude, that's so fun. Oh man, that's the worst. You can't make me go up there.
Adam in Puerto Rico, there would be like a Puerto Rican army, and they'd come.
Okay.
What if Adam takes us
get,
over?
You get the North, but Hawaii also,
All right. Okay.
but you also get Alaska.
I would take Alaska.
Okay.
All right, I'm living in Hawaii.
This sounds great.
No. You have to live the majority of the time
The Inner
in
Mountain
the
West.
north.
in
I have to live in a
Jersey Shore.
That's
terrible.
Atlantic City.
No, Jersey Shore. This is
At
not
least-
negotiable. For some reason, I've made myself the top of the of the presidential RTB
That's
committee.
fair, but you live in West
was like-
Virginia. How about that?
No, that's not the South. West Virginia's not the South.
Dusty's like, so in our presidential committee, we'll call it the cabinet, and I'll be the leader, and we'll say I'm the
Yeah, so
president.
you guys advise me, but I'll make all the decisions.
Say this like you're the president.
You just snaked your way into being president.
If you put me in the South, I'll let you be president.
Done.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you still go west.
I'll take from Colorado, Dakota's over.
Okay, let me ask you this: are we just making states larger and just making territories? Are we just making Are we reversing the continental United States? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing.
Pretty much.
We should probably do that anyway.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
If Texas seceded from the Union
Ooh, let's go.
and they
Alabama's coming with them.
they were the hypothetically, let's
No,
say
I'm
Texas.
dead serious.
Let's say Texas and
Build a big
Alabama
bridge.
seceded from the states.
Yeah.
Which I don't think should happen by then.
That should never happen. Even people that say California should be, we should remain a continental
Yes.
United States
And
for our
it's
safety.
California, though. I mean,
What if California
Hey, man,
split
they
off?
have if they left, they would have the third highest GDP in
Listen,
the world.
listen. This is more
we'll see
important.
about that.
Let's keep that in.
If California split from us, and then China took over California,
Nice.
then China has troops on our shores in a country they took over. It's not good. We should keep our state. We should keep the states. But
No,
let's
the
hypothetically,
Republic is good.
let's say Texas and Alabama secede. They're their own country now,
Yeah,
and it's freedom.
build
Yeah.
a big bridge between.
It is freedom.
over
You don't,
Mississippi.
you don't
you
think
s-
Mississippi would just hop in?
No, we can't keep adding. Stop. This is. Let me get to this. Let me get to this.
Just think about it. What does Mississippi have to lose?
Just
They're
let me get to
sitting out
this.
there
Let
in
me
their
get to this
grass
question. Let
fields
me
and
get to this
dirt.
question. Let me get to the question. Let me get to the question.
That's true. We need people to beat in football.
You're just
That
gonna
is all right.
you're just gonna bring up 50 states. He's like, oh, well, what about Illinois?
I
Huh?
mean, you tell me that Grant down
Stop,
there in
stop,
Louisiana
stop,
is
stop.
seceding if we
Stop.
do it.
So let's say these two states secede. They're their own country. It's Texabama, the country of Texabama.
Oh, nice. That sounds pretty good.
Do you stay in the
Alexis.
small country of Texabama,
Texas,
or would you move to stay in the United States?
bro? If there's a Texabama, that sounds amazing.
Mabry's Mabry's the president of Texabama.
Definitely staying in Texabama.
I don't know.
Mabry's like, nuke them. We're like, President, we don't have nukes. I said nuke them.
I'm going to the theater. Y'all make sure y'all get that bomb drop
Yeah.
when I get out. All right.
He's like, I'd love to come to the bomb dropping, but I've got some things to do with my kids. I got to take them to the park.
I'll say this: I'm a very nice guy, but they should never let me have any kind of military authority ever. 'Cause,
No, I
mean,
agree.
Like you were
No,
saying,
yeah.
like California secede. If California secede, I'd be like, all right, go wipe them out now,
Dude, 100%. If
China would never get them because they would be gone.
if Texabama happened and then California split off, it's 100% certainty Texabama invades California.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, we
New
send
Mexico's
ships
just
over.
like, go ahead.
Yeah, we just
They're all
send people
there
over.
like,
here.
we're making so much money. It's
We're
like-
making AI. yeah. We got rednecks with guns, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
It's just straight up old fashioned, like boots on the ground.
Oh,
war.
we would 100%. There's no chance we don't go boots on the ground in
That's
California.
right,
We
yeah.
would win.
I think it would be super easy to go ahead and just grab Mississippi and Louisiana. I mean, come on,
Dude, stop taking the country over.
They're on board.
You're colonizing the
and then
United
let's be
States.
honest. If we're getting Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Florida's definitely hopping on board.
Florida's
with
on
that.
board.
They're already on board.
What Mabry's describing is is the Civil War.
One state at a time.
Mabry's like,
Eventually
and
we'll get
we're gonna have to have our own flag. It's gonna represent the things that we think is true, and I think I know the right flag that I'll take us to it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's the RFTB flag.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know if we want to. I mean, listen, I'm on your guys' side. I grew up in the North, but based on what the North has been doing recently,
Yeah.
I'm with you guys.
Look, it's a civil war, but it's for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know, we got We got a
You
different
you
purpose.
literally just were like, we need to have another civil war. Is what you just said.
I don't think it would hurt.
You were like,
I think it would definitely hurt.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be the best.
I mean,
Like
do you
the
think
most
about
deadly
it?
battle
But
America's ever fought.
But what do you think that the battle lines will be? It's
See, that's the thing
it's
that's
essentially
interesting, because like
it's not
think
it's essentially
I think in
it's-
today's society, a lot of people are going to be like, "We're kind of Southern." It's like,
yeah.
"No, you're not,
Well,
Michigan."
yeah.
They're like, "Please,
Yeah, we're-
like, please."
we love the South. Roll Tide.
I mean, you think about it, like the Midwest is definitely fighting with the South.
I think we know what the
go
I think we know what the battle
Well, I don't
lines
even
are
think it would be
essentially.
South.
The battle lines are
It wouldn't be-
Republican
it wouldn't be
Democrat.
South.
You wouldn't get Atlanta. You
That's-
wouldn't
it's
get Birmingham,
Republican.
You wouldn't get
It'd be
Houston.
Republican.
The battle lines
Democrat.
are political, and the Democrats don't want to get in a battle with the Republicans at this point in their lives.
I mean,
not that kind
Not
of
not a ground war.
no, not like that for real.
Because
I don't
dude,
get that.
imagine all the
because you can't nuke.
imagine all the woke culture that we could run through in an hour.
I mean, it wouldn't take as long.
They'd be like, "I'm a wolf." Like, go, stay.
I'm gonna save some shells on this one.
You're like, this isn't even killing a human. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about it.
I say, "I'm going to kill you, sir." It's like, "It's ma'am." You're like,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's not the battle because you can't. You know, everyone's like, "We'll just use like." Nah, no, you can't do that because it's there's not a land divide. It's
no,
you
we would just immediately. I mean, here's what would happen: is Trump would go, "Everybody with guns, get behind me," and everybody's like, "Done."
I mean, the real problem.
This shouldn't
with that,
happen, Andrew. This is
Yeah,
all hypothetical.
understand.
I
Yeah,
agree with
anyone
you.
listening and be like,
I
"Whoa,
agree with
we
you.
don't want this to happen."
This is a fun conversation about how we would run over all the Democrats.
Well, here's the problem: is if you look at the difference in those type of people's like hard lefts and hard rights. I would say the majority of people on the hard right are just looking for an excuse to pick up a gun and
Yeah.
go start shooting.
Oh, I have a plumber that would start tomorrow if you asked him.
And same thing on the hard left. Like, have y'all ever heard Rush Limbaugh? The political spectrum is not a line; it's a circle.
Yeah.
And the crazies on both sides.
Yeah,
The
but do
same
you think
person.
the
But the
crazies on the
crazies
left?
that side aren't packing guns. They're like, we should get rid of
you
guns.
ever heard of
Yes.
Seattle? It's a nightmare up there, man.
Yeah, but it's not
Dude,
because
we'll wipe out Seattle in about 5 seconds.
that's the first place I'd go.
Y'all not remember the what was
Chad?
it called? Chad?
Chad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It
they
got
were all
it,
packing-
it got closed almost immediately because everybody's a wimp.
Yeah.
The police came and they were like, "Hey guys, stop!" And they were like, "Don't hit us."
You think that? Yeah. What happened at the Capitol?
What? What happened to
They
the
killed one person. Everybody was like, "Oh no!"
What happened to the Capitol is they were like, "Hey, can you guys let us in?" They were like, "Yeah, sure."
No, I think that would be a mess.
Here's
But
the reality.
I think at some point there's going to be another.
Okay. Another question
Okay.
before you get into that.
It's like
They become a Democratic Republican split.
okay.
But we decided to go old school. I mean Troy old school. So they
Swords.
Well, no. yes,
excited.
yes, but hold on. No, we go.
I'm very excited
So we're in
now.
like a pocket of Democratic Republican fighting.
Okay.
The Democratic Army comes up to me. I'm the general
You're the general of our Republican.
of the Republican Army.
Okay.
They say, "Okay, I'm going to send out.
always the leader.
I'm going to send out our best fighter. You send out your best fighter,
Oh, nice.
and whoever wins." And so they send out The Rock,
Oh, right.
and I go, "Mabry."
You're sending me out?
Yeah,
And all the
you're tough,
Republicans? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of UFC fighters that are for sure Republican. I
was gonna say, I feel like we-
I like your intensity.
Definitely some.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
here
the
for
anger
it.
is going to help.
I'm here for it.
So would you be willing to stand up for that and go out and just battle this dude to the death
For sure.
if it
Over
was The
what?
Rock?
If it's The Rock? Yeah, for sure.
You'd fight The Rock? How do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
you'd do against him?
I don't know.
I think
Wait,
you'd
are we
beat
doing
him.
Troy? Are we doing swords?
Yeah, swords are
I
allowed.
like my chances with swords.
I think I like your chances with fists. I think he's just big,
I think he's big too.
but big for no reason. Like he doesn't have an actual fighting.
Here's
skill.
my thing is if I go into that situation, you got me. I'm 100% in. I'm not going into that scared. I'm, because I mean, what happens?
Mabry
if I
sheds
look-
his jacket.
If I die,
he's got a
and we
full
lose-
back Confederate flag tattoo.
Everyone's like,
They're like, Mabry, come
you
back,
get
come
that?
back. Come back. We gotta do somebody different.
We got a new flag.
We gotta do something different. Come back. Come back. Andrew, go out.
God. All right. I regret
It's too
this. I'm
far. It's
sorry.
too far.
So he's gonna win though. So I mean, that's just like no. Heck yeah, I feel like I don't. when I see that in Troy happen, I was like, there's really no downside for that guy because if he wins, he is the hero, and if he loses, there's no consequences. He's already dead.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't have
right.
to worry about it.
So you'd go out there.
Everyone's like, dang, he lost, but it's like he's dead, so it's not like he's sitting around being like, sorry guys, I lost.
Like, don't you think our president though, like in the same, like you're sending out your best fighter, don't you think it would be at least a little smart if your president was like Jocko, or like if him
See,
and
we could send out
if
Jocko.
Xi Jinping, like if they had a meeting.
Are you saying that our president needs to be skilled in martial arts?
Hear me out.
Okay.
Xi Jinping was not physically afraid of Joe Biden. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know though.
There's
It's like-
something.
Is there anyone?
Are you kidding me?
there
Are you
anybody
kidding me? Are you
physically
saying that Xi Jinping was a little afraid
Xi
of the?
Jinping is like a little doll.
He's taller than Biden.
Oh, is he really?
Yes. Anyway.
Also, it doesn't matter. Joe Biden can barely walk.
Dude.
There's not a person on earth who's physically intimidated
But
by Joe Biden.
Everything,
Can't be.
everything
He's
in
just
the
like
male
accidentally-
psyche
He's
is
just like accidentally racist. He was like, "Are you Xi Jinping?"
yeah.
Like,
Everything
oh.
everything in the male psyche is alpha beta. That's what it boils down
I
to.
mean, that's fair.
So if Jocko walks out to Xi Jinping, he pulls the Trump handshake,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
to the Putin handshake where he pulls him in.
Now I will say,
And what is
watching-
Xi Jinping going to do?
Yeah, nothing.
Wilt?
Yeah.
I will say this: when you watch Trump meet other foreign political people, it's fun.
Did you see the thing where they were like, nobody?
America?
Did you see the thing where they're like, nobody's allowed to touch this guy from Saudi Arabia, and he's like, what? And the guy was like, what the? Oh, it's this crazy.
He's like,
This
"You
guy
can
will
touch me."
nuke this guy will nuke us back to nowhere.
You could tell his security was like, oh, and then they're like, he's like, hey,
You're like, nobody touch him, nobody touch him.
Like Trump just walks around at these meetings. Everyone's got security.
Yeah,
Trump
Trump just-
has no security.
He just has the button. He's
just
like, sup,
walking around-
everybody?
He's
Sup?"
walking around like Conor McGregor.
Yeah. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. There was a reel that I saw where they were like, it was like nobody touches the Prince of Saudi Arabia, and Trump walks up behind him and slaps his
The
shoulder.
most casual,
What's
just
up,
the
pal?
most
Trump
casual.
didn't take his cultural training.
When he does the handshake with, if you're a man, I think me and Adam have talked about it. If you're a man and you extend your hand and somebody grabs it and pulls you in,
Yeah,
That's almost fighting.
dude, that is. I would fight somebody.
I
over
mean,
that.
if,
I would, if that was in front of my wife and my daughter,
Yeah.
I'm
you're good.
fighting that
Yeah.
guy.
If I did that like in a professional setting, or like if I'm like someone out and someone pulls me toward them, you're getting a opposite arm in
Push.
the chest
Yep.
and a
And-
very aggressive pushback
conversation
and say,
business
don't
deal
ever,
over."
don't ever.
Who do you think you are, man?
Yeah.
But
No,
but
that-
Putin
that-
just rolled over like a little.
Yeah, he did, which is surprising.
Well, Trump's pretty big.
Well, you think that Putin would just be like,
Yeah. He didn't even.
He just turns around and like, kill him.
Well, I mean,
He's
that's.
like, oh.
I think it boils down to the fact that Putin was probably like, this guy's crazier than I am.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
no.
When
there's a-
Trump does the thing, he's like, we've got weapons that nobody knows about. I've seen them. They're unbelievable weapons. It would blow your mind. I'm afraid of them. You should be afraid. Everybody's like, what is going on? Is he telling people? Is that true?
Yeah, no, he's a wild card.
He's
for
like, have
sure.
you ever heard of a super nuke? We're like, no. What is that?
It's like it's a nuke. He
Yeah.
starts explaining it and they cut the feed.
Like, stop.
You're like, oh.
Let me explain to you how they've made it. Everybody's like,
Dude, I'm sure everyone is like, please don't let Trump or Biden get in office. Think about the staff of. I mean, they're all just like, it's gonna be a rough 4 years, dude. Oh man.
I mean, here, I think I'm going to end this on a good note.
Yeah,
Because I
okay.
feel like that was a lot of, there's like some nonsense going on.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
think
fun
a
stuff.
lot of the American public has shaken themselves to the fact that the most important thing that we need to worry about is that whoever's in charge, we need to have our rights. That's like the
Yeah.
most important thing. So a lot of people who were maybe like flip-flopping on who to vote for or like what was important to them, when like if they had a business that was shut down for some reason and like or somebody made them do something they didn't want to do from the federal government, they kind of were like, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And that really is what it's us. We're America.
We are the
And
people.
so that's what's the most important. So
So hey, and something to note on that is the president has obviously a lot of power, and now that executive orders are basically non-sent rules to let them do whatever they want, thanks to really, I don't know really who started that. But,
thanks, Obama.
well, Obama did a lot. Trump did a lot. And,
Trump was like,
Biden's
nuke
a
him.
lot too.
Executive order. They're like, that's not how it works,
Yeah.
sir. He's like, executive order, nuke
Which
him.
is, it was just like, but realistically, the people who are really going to take those away is Congress. So you need to make sure you're voting for your Congress
Vote
people.
for
Congress people.
the far right Republican congressman.
Yeah, I mean, go in there.
If I think we
he's
got
got an
I
anything,
don't think it
patch.
matters. Like,
if you ain't right,
vote for people who you trust their integrity. Like, it's.
yeah.
I don't think they're that doesn't cross, or that crosses the boundary.
On a percentage scale, how much integrity does any politician have?
Oh man,
I would
12%.
I would
I
say
think
there
they're
are
all trying to
some
wheel
that
and
do,
deal.
Yeah.
but there are a lot that like have power over people. Like,
Well, you make compromises. I want to get this bill passed. I'll let you get yours. And,
Yeah.
and at
Yeah,
some point-
sometimes you have to let kids get molested. Is what it is.
Yeah, at some point, that thing. That's the whole thing. Is like at some point, it's all got to come to a head.
yeah,
This has been a deep Reaching for the Bars podcast.
we
But
should do a whole episode
the-
about getting rid of Social Security.
The most fun. Okay, relax about the Social Security. My God.
Relax.
Dude, this has been a fun episode. Just
It has been
talking
fun.
topical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably never do it again.
Abby's gonna be like, got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, we got a
than
lot
The
of
Hobbit.
negative.
Worse than the Hobbit.
She's like, although somebody
weirdly-
did just comment about maybe it's still about the Hobbit thing. This guy's real upset about it.
It's like but a lot of bad feedback, but also people have already started supporting Texabama.
Yeah, Texabama. There's a bunch of dudes that have full back Confederate flag tattoos.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We'll have to do a podcast where we just tell people to stop getting the Confederate flag tattoo in their back. Like Mabry's like,
Please.
I didn't mean anything by it. It was a joke. We were having fun.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Do not have that.
Please don't get it. All right.
Brock,
Caleb-
Brock for president.
Caleb, we missed you. We hang your headphones in solidarity
Yeah.
for you
Solidarity.
supporting the Texas border.
Pour one out.
Yeah, we poured a little bit. You ever see
Caleb-
that Key and Peel spit where you skip when you won't let it? Yeah.
Caleb's definitely being part of Texabama.
Yeah. Oh, he's the first person to text me. Yeah. No, actually, he's not. I know some other people that would be the first to text me. All right, this has been fun. Until next week, this has been Reaching for the Bars podcast.
Peace. Oh.